kick the door open. I'm like,
I think you should kick the door open.
now I get, hey, there he is! My turtle's back. He was here earlier today. I don't know where he went. I don't even know how he got in here. It was closed. And I was restocking my vans and freezers, and that little guy was chilling by the closed door. I was like, that's crazy. And then I forgot to go get him.
Is he an employee?
He is now. Where'd he go? Mr. Turtle. And then he's coming back in. It's like, you're free, dude. There's nothing in here for you.
Well, it's shady.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi YouTube, my name is Ava Seay and I'm here with Ben Pendleton and we're going to talk about Wondervan Pops today. Ben?
Yes, Ava.
What made you want to start a popsicle business?
Well, I spent a lot of years bartending, working in restaurants. I really enjoyed it, but I knew it wasn't something I wanted to do forever. I wanted to do something that was my own, but I didn't have a big ambition like I want to own my own restaurant. I wanted something relatively simple, straightforward. There wasn't a lot of moving parts to it, and I thought I could make a good popsicle. I was used to infusing things while I was infusing and using different flavors and mixing and matching different stuff, and I thought I could make a good popsicle. And it also gave me a good excuse to buy a kick-ass van. So, or several, or as many as I want to buy now. I'll buy, we'll keep adding them when it makes sense.
What was the first popsicle you ever made?
I think the first one for Wondervan that I made was a raspberry basil popsicle. It was really good. It was excellent. And we don't make it now. That's one that we don't make right now. But, maybe it'll make its way back. I don't know. We're always coming up with new things. I try not to. We have a lot of popsicles that we've had since day one. But we always try to rotate the menu and keep things interesting and exciting. And you want people to come back and be like, all right, what do they got now?
Yeah.
So
I like anything with basil in it.
It was really good. It's a good one. I'll let you know when it comes back. All right.
Okay. Thank you. How long has Wondervan been a business?
I started back in 2018 whenever I was still bartending at Cheever's Cafe here in Oklahoma City. And it was something that I only planned on doing maybe once a week, a couple times a month. I had no ambition to take it to where we're at right now. It was, like I said, it was just going to be a few times here and there. We started out at OKC Farmers Market when it was still down on their campus on Portland. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of somewhat of a word of mouth or a familiarity. People want us to come out to their businesses and they want to treat their employees, and that's how it has slowly grew. Mm-hmm. And back in 2018, it was June 23rd. And Cody Yon was the man's name who gave us our first start. That's another name. I remember all the people that helped us out. I know the guy who sold us our van, and I know the guy who gave us our first event. So I'm thankful for all of them. There's a lot of people along the way to thank whenever you do something like this.
It's beautiful. It's almost like your first dollar that you ever earned.
I know, and I had my first dollar, and then I think I forgot it and probably spent it. I kept it. I remember having one. This is my first. I told the lady who bought the popsicle, and I was like, I'm gonna keep this, and that probably lasted for about a week or something. And then it just disappeared.
Hopefully she's not watching this.
No,
right now.
I'm sure. Yeah, she could be heartbroken. That was her one thing she's been holding on to for these years.
Just like that bastard lied to me about this. How many different popsicle flavors do you have right now?
Let's see. So we have our all natural fruit popsicles, and we have our handmade ice cream bars. So our fruit popsicles, we have about 13 different flavors that we make, and we make those every single week. We basically make one and start over come Monday, and we just go through, because that's how quickly, thankfully, we go through our list there. Ice cream wise, we have about anywhere from 8 to 9. We only offer 6 at a time, so we have about 22 different flavors that we make at any given time. So,
do you have a favorite?
That's a common question that I get.
Is it hard to choose?
It is. I'm usually between that question and what is the best.
Yeah.
Man, I'm the worst person to ask what's the best. My favorite though, now it's the one that we've been making since day one. It never rotates off the menu. The recipe has never changed. It's the chili lime pineapple mango. It's really fantastic. It's a pineapple mango popsicle first, but then we dust the outside of it with tahini.
Ooh.
So that has this sweet and savory element to it, and it's just excellent. And a lot of people ask, is it spicy? If you haven't had tahini, it's not spicy. It's more of a seasoning. It's so good. It's just such a good, unassuming combination that just is so good on a popsicle. So
That
you can
sounds
try
amazing.
one. You can try one in a minute. Okay. If you want.
I'm
You
excited.
can try a lot of them. We can do a whole taste testing session here if you want. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to twist
Easy.
my
Take
arm
it
about
easy,
it.
all right?
Yeah, I'm getting a little too excited now. What made you want to make fruit popsicles?
So I have a twin brother, and he used to run a coffee cart up in Denver, Colorado, called On the Road Coffee. It was in a VW Bug, like a 68 VW Bug, so very small.
Yeah.
He hand ground his beans. He did his pour overs right there. It's a Bug, it's super tiny, and people loved it. His car, just like our vans, drew people in. What's going on over here? And he made a good coffee too. But the thing was, people would come in. Maybe there's a group of 4 or 5 people, and they want pour overs. It's going to take. It might be maybe 20, 30 minutes before they're all walking away with coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at it, I was like, okay, that I really grew off of, and I definitely give him credit also for helping me kind of take it in the direction that I was going to, was find a product that the work has already been done, but just like if his product, if he didn't sell a coffee, he could grind his beans the next day, whatever. Popsicles, as long as we keep them frozen, we have an amazing shelf life. They will keep for months and months, and even some of our popsicles, it's still under a test. I still have popsicles out there that are over a year old, and they look like they just came out of our refrigerator finished. So that was one reason why I decided to go, and it was simple. It wasn't too, like I was saying before, it's not overly complicated of a product, and I was familiar with making an interesting flavor. So all of those elements kind of came together nicely.
Do people ever buy your popsicles to take them home and put in their freezer?
All the time. We have a lot of people that, we have a couple of regular spots that people know that they can come and find us at. We do the Scissortail Park Farmers Market every Saturday. So that's one area that people, they're there to shop for their local goods, their produce and such. But they come with the ice chest. They're ready and like, hey, they load up their little ice chests and they take them home. And we make a little puppy popsicle too. So they come in for their dogs, and they buy their dogs treats so they can have those stocked as well. But we have a couple of retail places around the city as well. So people definitely do come in there and they stock. Thankfully they'll grab a handful of them for later.
Where do you sell them in stores?
The Flora Bodega and down at Paseo Arts,
Really?
right at Northwest 30th and Walker.
Mm-hmm.
It's a farmers market grocery store. Lots and lots of local producers are in there, and we have a Wondervan Pops dedicated freezers right by the register. So they stock about 9 different flavors of ours, about 4 different ice creams, and about 6 different So yeah, about 5 or 6 different fruit pops. So you have a nice variety there. Also, the Scissortail Park in general, they have all their concession buildings around the park. They stock our popsicles, small amounts there. Plenty Mercantile over on Broadway, they stock them. We're about to have some in Factory Obscura over there in their gift shop. So
all the cool places in town?
yeah, the decent. Yeah, I would say we're getting in on some great locations. Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's see, Plenty has the National. They have a basically they run the gift shops. I guess it's sort of a gift shop because it's a hotel, you know, apartments and all that stuff. But they operate that will be in there as well. So yeah, we have places to bump into Wondervan and grab a few for the road. So
that's nice. I gotta remember that before I go on a trip.
yeah, just load up.
Just stock up on them. Especially the pup pops.
Yeah.
I'll buy my dog anything.
They're really cool. It's you know, just like our fruit popsicles for people. They are an all natural fruit popsicle. We don't add any sugar to them, so it's a little more friendly to them. Instead of a stick, it's a little rawhide chew stick, so it's all edible. You don't have to worry about, you know, the dog chewing on some wood and getting splinters and stuff like that.
Do people ever eat the pup popsicles?
Yes, they do. Yes, and more than anything, it's they give them to their babies. They don't want their babies to have sugar.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Do they eat the rawhide bone?
I don't. They haven't stuck around long enough. Maybe that's a good chew. They're teething,
Yeah.
so maybe it'll work out. I don't know, but I know that's why the handful of times, it's really only 2 or 3 times I've seen them do that. But it's edible. It'll just be a little blander than some of the others.
Do you just look the other way? You're like, I'm not gonna stare.
Yes, ma'am. You can have a puppy popsicle for your
It's all-
1-year-old. Yeah.
It's all organic.
It is. It is.
When and why did you decide to make ice cream popsicles?
It was right. I've been making the ice cream bars since the very beginning as well. I just saw I saw the molds and I was using them for the fruit, and I was like, I wondered. I was like, I tried it out, and they held together on the stick, and it was definitely a learning curve. That one's a little bit. Those are harder to make. It takes more time. It's a multi-day process for the most part. You have to soften the ice cream enough to pour it into the molds. Once you pull it out of the molds, they're a little bit softer again at that point, so you have to put them back in the freezer, let them harden up. They have to be at their absolute coldest, so when you're dipping it into a semi-warm chocolate, it's not just going to completely melt into the chocolate, and the chocolate would actually slip right off of it. Mm-hmm. So it's the timing has to be right. You have to be kind of diligent and disciplined about how you do it. But it's at least 1 or 2 weekends that first season that I was like, I'm not making ice cream bars anymore.
Yeah.
This sucks. It was just so hard for me because I was doing it at home at that point.
Yeah.
And to do all these different varieties, I was bartending still bartending, and I was flipping houses with my in-laws. And I just had my daughter was just born at that point, and oh my goodness. So I was like, ice cream, but like that would have been ice cream is one of our most popular things now. And it's such a nice balance because people love their ice cream and they love their chocolate. So it just, because some people just aren't into popsicles, but dang it, they love their ice cream and their chocolate. So it really, we really appeal to a lot more people that way.
I'm telling you,
Mm-mm.
I could eat an ungodly amount of popsicles. I ate 3 popsicles before I came here today.
Just to
just sitting on the couch.
Just so you could be tuned down a little bit, so you wouldn't.
No, I think it was because I was excited. I was like, I need something right now.
Well, you're in good company. You can keep it going. I don't mind. We've got thousands of popsicles out there for you to look at there.
Thousands of popsicles?
Those popsicles. You're in Willy Wonka's popsicle factory right now.
It really does feel like this. Dude, I've had not as much now that I'm an adult, but I used to eat the double digits popsicles every single day. I'm so excited to be here.
All right. Good. I'm glad. See, that's what's so cool about what I get to do is these popsicles were truly meant for every age range.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing, you know, along with the ice cream, you know, if it was just popsicles, people would just be like, it's popsicles, that's kind of a kiddie thing. And we get lumped in with like a snow cone man or something. It's like, okay, well, you haven't seen our menu, you haven't seen the flavors, and it kind of reads like a cocktail list if you see some of the flavors together. So it's meant to be exciting for both young, you know, like I said, every age range. You know, you have a chance to let the kids try something. Be like, what's lavender? You know, a kid's not gonna be like, I'm looking for a lavender popsicle. No, you know, they're gonna have it because it's strawberry first, and then now they're being exposed to these new flavors, and you know, they're a little more educated about food, and so it just makes it fun for everybody and for different reasons. So.
It really is built like a cocktail list, like the elderflower.
Yeah, it's amazing. You should try it. Today you should try that one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You'll have to twist my arm. I will. What is the biggest challenge you've had to overcome in making popsicles and selling them?
You know, I wouldn't call them challenges. I mean, they're definitely challenges. I mean, huge challenges. Make me want to cry, and it has made me cry challenges. I mean, that's just owning a small business. It's so tough. But I mean, I think right now I'm in one of the most difficult phases right now. We just built our kitchen here. It was such a hard process. It took at least 2 years from beginning to end. It was drawn out. I built it myself. You know, I did everything. I didn't hire someone to build it for me. I have in-laws that have a lot of construction experience. I mean, that is their you know, profession. But it was only, you know, they gave me advice here and there. Here's your contacts. So that was super difficult building this building. And now we're at a phase like, what kind of growth do we want to do? What direction do we want to focus on? Wholesales and getting them, say, in grocery stores or other little retail spots? Do we want to consider doing brick and mortars? Do we want to? I don't think we want to do franchising, but it's a possibility. I mean, we have a product and a concept that is, you know, you can multiply that, but that's a long ways off. So there's a lot of things that we're just trying to figure out what we want to do. And like, if we do brick and mortars, we have to expand. We can't just be this one note. We're just a frozen treat. We have popsicles, we have ice cream. You know, if once we get to a higher level, you know, you got to add some other menu items, and then you're like, okay, what? Then you're wondering about spoilage and like things that I've never had to worry about ever. There's more employees that you have to hire and train and figure that out. So I think right now is the most difficult time. Before, the reason why I hesitated to say it was difficult or challenging is because I didn't have a whole lot of expectation. I wasn't trying to get to where we are here. It's just naturally grown to this point. I said before, you know, I was only going to do it once or twice a month or something, you know, if I was lucky. And I didn't rely on it. I had a job, so there wasn't a whole lot of pressure there. There wasn't a whole lot of money that I had to put into it, so it wasn't like, oh, I gotta pay myself back or I'm screwed. So I had a lot of that pressure taken off of me from the beginning. So that's what helped me slowly build it and really just not be overwhelmed by the whole thing. So
I feel like that speaks volumes about your talent. Obviously, you're like, I'm just doing this because I like it. You know, I want to like get out there, and then I just naturally progress because they're that good.
Well, yeah, thank you. I don't have any business experience before this, so I don't come from a family of small business owners. You know, my dad is a retired minister. My mom's a school teacher. No one in our family ever owned a business of their own, so it's definitely been a learning, and it's been slow. I think others maybe in my position might have gone out and gotten partners and, you know, let's just charge into this. Let's have 20 brick and mortars and let's just franchise and go crazy with it. And like, I want to keep this, but that's why I hesitate. Like, franchise honestly sounds disgusting to me a little bit, because it just takes away the soul of it a little bit, or a lot, in my opinion. So I'd like to keep it as local and be really in charge of and involved, and really just be keep it. That's what keeps something special. You know, it's just to keep it your own.
Yeah.
So.
No, I like that. I know you don't want some like Walmart popsicles.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you most excited about coming up in the future?
I think the possibility of a brick and mortar or two, and figuring out how that works. You know, I mentioned, like, you know, you have to expand add things to the menu. You don't want to go too far out of your lane, in my opinion. You know, if we do food, if there's a food item, like, how does that work with popsicles and ice cream? Is that something people are going to associate, and they're going to be like, why are you selling tacos? You know, no. But it's exciting though. I think it could be a really fun addition. I don't think it'll spread us too thin. I mean, this kitchen was actually built for the use to supply our possible brick and mortars, because we wanted to build one big kitchen so we could supply multiple kitchens and not have to build a new kitchen every single brick and mortar we go to.
Yeah.
Our setup is, I mean, our Wondervans, they're not food truck licensed. They're push cart licensed. They're just a push cart. They're glorified push carts. All they are. They're a van, 2 freezers. All the work's been done here.
Yeah.
So that is the simplicity in that. I want to try to keep a brick and mortar as simple as possible as well. Whether that means making everything in-house here and then transporting it there, I don't know. I mean, that, like I said, it's the hardest part, and it's the most exciting part, because I think it could be really cool. I think we could fit in a lot of different places and complement a lot of different things. Thankfully, we have a good thing going here in Oklahoma City. I think a lot of people have begun to recognize us and associate us with a good product. So I'm just excited with maintaining that and keeping it going for as long as we can.
Do you want to show us the van?
Yeah, sure. Come on.
Are we ready to show? Okay, yeah. Cool.
And then he's coming back in. It's like, you're free, dude. There's nothing in here for you.
Well, it's shady.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I
guess I'll let you take
okay.
the wheel
Yeah.
on
Sure.
this
Yeah.
one.
Follow me to Wonderland over here. Okay. So this is our Wondervan. This is what who we call Disco Stew. Disco Stew, we purchased from a guy down in Denton, Texas, and he was running a little taxi service called Wondervan Transportation. This is where we, of course, get our name. I saw it and I said, it could be a pretty sweet name right there. He was psyched, and he was happy for us to try something like that. But and it's worked out. It's a 6740 Econoline. A lot of people think that it's a VW Bug. Oh, baby, this is American made right here. But yeah, it's actually, we were looking for a VW Bug to start off with. That's why I was like, oh, the iconic, everyone's recognized it, it's great, and they're awesome. But after finding this one, the Econoline, the first generation Econoline, I realized this was the better fit by far. I mean, the VW buses, the engine's in the back, it takes up all the space of the back there, and they're beach cruisers. They're meant for chilling out and just relaxing. These are work vans. The Econoline's a work van, and it still doing the work for us today. So it's a pretty simple setup. We have, thankfully, the van holds 2 of our freezers. One freezer's for our all-natural fruit popsicles, and then the other houses our handmade ice cream bars. We have a little canopy that we pull underneath, gives us a little shade. Otherwise, this is real metal here, all right? So it heats up like an oven if we don't have that shade. But it's been an awesome ride. It's always, I mean, I'll never say it's let me down. It's a 60-year-old van, all right? So it's gonna have some ticks to it there that I really, whenever I take it out, I'm always like, what's that? I smell something burning. I hear something rattling. So I'm always there. I mean, that's just the nature of it. But it's never let me down. It's gotten us to where we are today. So Disco Stu's my man right here, and he's done us well. We do have we have Deborah over here. Deborah is also a 67. She's a panel van. This baby, she can work just as well as Stu does over there. And it's this one is actually what you would call a 3 on the tree. So what that means is the shifter is on the column there. So instead of like saying being down here, it's up here, and it's kind of funky, and it took me a minute to get used to it. Disco Stu's an automatic.
Nice.
So I can throw my keys to my wife here, and she can drive that. I have to drive Deborah over here around.
Old Deborah.
She does just fine. But they're great. They're great vans. We've been very fortunate. We haven't had to do a whole lot of mechanical work. Thankfully, I mean, I'm not a super mechanical guy, but these are very simple. I mean, this is the engine right here. It's inside, you know, you're riding right next to your engine everywhere. It's kind of loud. It's kind of stinks. My wife is always quick to remind me of how much I smell like gasoline. Which you do. You're just going to smell like exhaust pretty much whenever you get out of the van.
Because that's America.
This is America. You're supposed to smell like gasoline and hard work is what it is. That's the elbow grease. But you know, we have our push carts here as well. We have 4 of these guys. I walked into a little paleta shop here in Oklahoma City about 4 years ago, and no, it was, you know, a good 5 years ago now. And I just said, hey, I made up some lie to them, to be honest. I said I needed why I needed it and why they should sell me some, and they hooked me up with it was a white lie. It wasn't bad. But they hooked me up with someone down in Dallas, and they brought me the crappiest looking push carts that had holes and dents, and they were just on their last leg, and the only reason why they would probably sell them to me. But I patched them up, with fiberglass, and it painted them, and they've been awesome. So like I said, we have 4 of these guys, and they're great for smaller indoor parties, and that's one thing that I've been able to do is I don't have to chase every single job. I don't have to set up every single place. It's like, oh, we got to have this out here. Because then so often you just waste your time. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of things just are bust. I mean, even with the van, I mean, it's unavoidable not to have at least a few busts throughout the year. But kind of how we have it set up, we have minimums whenever we go out. We don't do a lot of setup, the open sales setups. The farmers market is one of the few places that we go and set up. We do all the arts festivals around the city, the downtown, the Paseo, the Edmond. We have the Norman Mayfair, the medieval fairs and stuff like that. But in large enough volume, you're going to be okay. But yeah, aside from these, we even go down to our ice chests. We have little ice chest deliveries that are even for your even smaller office parties and stuff. You know, we have.
That's badass, dude.
Yeah, so it's pretty.
Accommodate all sizes of need.
That's right. You know, not a lot of people. Not everyone's going to need 200 popsicles, which is the minimum for our vans, or 150 for our push carts. Maybe they just need 50 or something like that, or they can go to our retail spots and get even smaller. So we try to be available at all kinds of levels. So all of our popsicles are in our chest freezers around here, and of course in our freezer, like all of these are all full. They're all ready. Like there they all are. I mean, it's stocked and ready to go. Or our, our ice cream is all right here. Let's see. Do I have a? Oh, there's a puppy popsicle right there.
Ooh! Oh, it's so cute.
So.
If I had,
did you come in ice chest? You didn't. I didn't.
I
Oh my God.
regret not.
You dropped the ball on that one, Ava.
I'll find you locally.
Yeah.
We'll get you set up.
Yeah.
But I could bring in a handful, and if you want to try some, I don't know if you want to do that or not, but
absolutely.
I would love to.
okay. I thought you'd be on board with this.
Yeah, that's a part of it.
Well.
I want to try the chili lime pineapple mango.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Definitely. Is the avocado lime?
Oh, avocado lime is so freaking good.
Really?
It's amazing.
It sounds good.
So I'm sure you've had the margarita at the avocado margarita.
Barrios, that's literally what I've been thinking.
That's where it started, was at Cheevers.
Really?
Now there's maybe several people that may take claim to that. I'm not gonna take it. I know I was there, and these taste like the avocado margarita right there.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh my God. I'm so excited.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to. Do you want to? Yeah. Here, you can.
Ooh, yeah, and you have nice aprons too. Should I pull my hair back?
No incentive here.
Yeah, I get baby
Got dirty
popsicles.
today.
So yeah, how long have you been in this building?
Just since February.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess I moved in. Oh no, this one's for you. I'll let you. You can wear the
Oh, you already got me.
nicer of the. That's the only one with the actual logo on it there.
Nice.
So, yeah,
I'm ready.
you look like you.
Are you
work
impressed
here.
by the pin holding up my hair? Because I am.
Wow, that's
I was
pretty.
like, this may or may not work.
No sudden moves here. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is already done. We'll put this in when we take the other ones out. Okay, so let me get a rag. So we have to always be very careful with like everything on the countertops here. One little drop here, and then you run it through, and then all of a sudden that's in the freezer. I'll show you. You haven't seen the inside of the freezer yet, so it's a propylene glycol mix, and once it goes in, you can't get it out obviously, and it's not cheap, the propylene glycol. So you try to keep it as pure and clean as long as you can.
I'm just laughing because out of all these tools down here, you pull out the plastic
The
knife.
plastic knife. This is my little yogurt smearing tool right here. So we're making the blackberry honey vanilla cream right here. So our blackberry honey has a nice, beautiful swirl to it. And this is how we get that. So all we do, we'll get about yay much on there, more or less, and then give it a little quick smear just on one side of it. We'll just kind of go through. We don't have to get it all over. We just want to do one face of it. And that's it.
Smells good.
Yeah, it is pretty tasty. This is a vanilla Greek yogurt that we're smearing here. We tried to use just like a heavy cream, but it just pools and it doesn't give it that same beautiful swirl. So if you want to, yeah, I know you do. Yeah. So you can do the other row here, and you can just kind of mimic what I did there, and you'll be good. So yeah, just a little bit across the top, and yeah, that's great.
There we go. Yeah, I'm a professional at this.
Yeah, I can tell. There's a naturalness to it.
Right? Am I doing it? You can critique. He's like, you're fired.
No, you're doing fine. I'm kidding. No, it's good. This is one that my wife, I would constantly. I'm particular. You know, it was my baby for a long time. It was just me for like the first 3 years. I mean, I made every single thing all by myself. I was just me in the kitchen, me bagging them, and you know, my wife would. That's all that she does now. Actually, she works with us too here at Wondervan. She was a OKC school teacher for 10 years, and it just kind of worked out nicely that she was able to come on over and help us out, and it's been a huge difference. But with everyone that comes in here and starts making pops, I'm super critical. I know what it's going to look like if you do it this way or do it this way, and you know, just the nature of husband and wife sometimes. No, just shut up. I'm going to do it this way. And no, but I think it's all in the tone is what I've learned. If you can just, you can deliver it in a positive tone, that's, it's much more helpful.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think nobody died.
I think, yeah, you did good. So I'll do one. So this is really easy to overflow, like the little individual molds here. You gotta take your time with it. Don't rush it. That's what I've decided. Is we go just a little bit below the surface, above the top there, just about yay much.
I don't mean to brag, but when I worked at Fuzzy's, I'm the one that filled up all the sauces. So
You're the one? We always commented on how perfect the portions were there. This is 2 ounces. Babe, this is a 2-ounce salsa pour right here on the dot. So yeah, we'll do this over and over during the day. So we have 3 of our popsicle freezers, and when they're all run, so each freezer will make exactly 104. And so when we have all 3 going, so we'll make a little over 300 of any given flavor. And I can let you do the other half here. So it's nice to just kind of control it. It can get heavy, you know, so you kind of end up, if you get...
I was showing David my muscles.
So if you end up going over, like, oh damn, don't sweat it. Just move over to the next one. And what we can do is we can fix it. Always, easily, we'll just take something like this and we'll just push it over to the next one, and it's perfect now. So no big deal.
I'm telling you that's not going to happen because it's all going to look perfect.
All right, well, I forgot. Yeah, I was unaware of your Fuzzy's background.
I'm not going to lie, I am super scared right now. Okay.
That's perfect. That's good. But yeah, so and then we'll try to turn the freezers 3 times in a day. So it doesn't always happen, and a lot of times it doesn't happen. But typically we'll do, you know, whenever we're really firing on all cylinders, it could be between 800 and 1,100 popsicles we'll crank out in a day.
How many do you sell in a week usually?
Oh, again, that varies quite a bit. But yeah, usually it's, keep going. And kind of back up on those other ones too. Fill those up just a tad bit more. I know, such a fine line here. Good.
I was trying to gauge
Good. No good!
No.
Okay.
I was trying to gauge like a centimeter.
It's usually at least couple thousand popsicles, throughout the week.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
yeah, like how is this like a full-time job to like sit here and pour, or is it like
No.
4 or 5 hours a day?
Yeah, so my brother that you
Yeah.
met. So since I just hired him back in, it was May. Yeah, just in May, and since he's come on, I've been able to transition out of the kitchen a whole lot, and I spend a lot of time in the office, pounding away on emails and communicating and kind of research and development type stuff. So it is definitely a full-time thing.
Somebody's gotta be
Yes,
here.
absolutely. Because if it's not pouring, there's so much. If it's not pouring molds, it's stamping sticks.
Yeah, it is.
We hand stamp every single one of our sticks too.
So that's
So we get our little logos on there, and so somebody's got to stamp hundreds and hundreds of sticks every day to keep up with what we're making. And then, there's the cleaning aspect of it, or there's ice cream, or because they could be making ice cream bars, and that's a whole process that takes a whole long time. You bet. Today is one of the days that I got out here myself. It's been like a month since I've really been making popsicles and ice cream bars. Yeah, it's incredible.
Probably haven't even got to use the kitchen yourself.
Pardon me.
You're all right. It's
I've
all right.
got one
we
drop.
got a towel there. So. Okay, so that's perfect. So what we can do here, how this works next. So we have our sticks that we will load these little aligners up. Is how these work. Just throw them right in there. Just like that. Work that on there.
What?
We're all ready to go.
Nice.
That's it. And then we will,
It's like you're loading a gun.
yeah. A little flavor gun over here. All right. And so if you want to take by the handle, you just put it right on top of that freezer there. And you know what? I forgot. So why we have these empty molds here, we are displacing the propylene glycol. So that's what we have down there. And what that is a food grade antifreeze, basically, is what that is. So right now this freezer is sitting at negative 25 degrees, and it gets to about negative 31, 2 when it's had a chance to really sit there. So we'll always try to catch all this propylene glycol because it's a petroleum-based product, so it's super greasy and oily, and you want to get it. Although as much as it's food safe, we're not going to try to put this in your popsicles. So we'll just get these out of here for the moment.
So these are the ones that are frozen, right?
These are frozen. These are ready to pull out of the molds here. Yeah,
Fresh popsicles.
we're just a few minutes away from fresh popsicles.
Best job ever.
This is so
We get these out of here.
That's the one.
All right, so we just poured these. We'll set those down right here. So once these are in here, and because these are at negative 25 degrees, this will probably only take about 20 minutes to freeze. So those will, once it's gotten nice and cold like that, they freeze pretty quickly. Right here. I'll just use this. Try to look for some cold pads here. There we are. So we'll try to keep all of our trays that we put them on, because we'll unmold them onto a tray, and we'll keep them super cold just sitting on those. But we always keep some trays in a freezer. So we have ice cream bars here that we'll be doing tomorrow. They're in this little freezer. Just seems to always be a super cold freezer. So that's one of our coldest ones. I mean, it just seems to work really well. Now this is kind of a tricky. This is the hardest thing to learn when you come and you try to do popsicles, is how to get them out of the molds. It's really a difficult thing to do. To do it the timing right. You know, it's gonna squeeze you off some of that glycol. Are you ready for the?
I'm ready.
So it'll only take
I'm scared.
work this back and forth a little bit. There you have.
I was like, those are
There
the
you
ones
go.
we made, and then I was like, no, they're not.
Just did it. That's it, and then we just flip this little, and there you have it.
Beautiful.
We'll just arrange
So
these.
this is the raspberry,
This is the blackberry.
blackberry.
Blackberry honey vanilla cream.
Oh.
This is one that we have been making a very long time. It's very popular. It's really, I mean, this one packs a lot of flavor because you really do have all those elements. You obviously have, I mean, that's a common question. That's just, I mean, it always makes me laugh when people come to the van and they say, "What's the blackberry honey vanilla cream taste like?" And then I have to go blackberry honey vanilla cream. So, or it could be the mango mint. What does the mango mint taste like?
Yeah.
Mango and mint. So we really, I mean, I don't want to throw out, I don't want to put anything in there, one, that you're not going to taste.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't know, does it actually taste like mint, or does it taste like what's elderflower? And like, yeah, we try to balance everything. And yeah, we pull those out whenever that happens. We can just pull these
It's
out.
like satisfying, I bet, every time.
You can do a perfect pull like that. That's nice.
Getting the pops ready
There
and
we go.
finished product, I think. 'Cause it's like, I think it would drive me insane sitting here pouring those things for, maybe longer than 10 minutes. I think this part of it is maybe a big effort at least.
Yeah, you get to see it all finished. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
And of course going out and getting to sell them and
You gotta try it right out of the mold there.
Oh my god. It's like,
what's it taste like?
I can taste it. Tastes like blackberry, honey, yogurt. The texture on it is amazing.
Yeah, and that has a lot to do with the temperature of the freezers that freeze them. Whenever, say, like you make a popsicle at home, so often it comes out, it's very hard, super hard, because it has more time to freeze.
Yeah.
It's a sciencey kind of thing, but like the molecules, they have a chance to find their groove and they get to lock in together. It makes them hard. But whenever you throw them in our freezers, they freeze so quick, they freeze up before they get together. So it makes it softer and the texture, more enjoyable.
This is the best popsicle I've ever had. This is the best popsicle I've ever had. I'm already like halfway done with it. You just handed it to me. You want to try it? It's so
Not good?
You want to try it?
No, you go ahead.
Is it bad that I just chew them?
No, that's
Okay.
that's how I there's so many people that walk through, mostly kids, they'll like try to lick it on it. I'm just like, that's not a lollipop, that's a popsicle, and it's gonna, and people are like, oh, my teeth. You don't know how to eat a popsicle, man, all right? You gotta just kind of like chomps, and you'll be okay.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, what's next though?
Yeah.
Which one's next? I can get a tray of, oh yeah, you wanted the chili lime, and what was another one?
gotta try that.
2 other ones.
Avocado line.
Oh, the avocado line?
And I want to try ice cream one.
Okay. So we have, if you like mint chocolate chip, we have, I mean, it just happened to be in there. We can do whatever you want. We have a young grasshopper, which is mint chocolate chip, chocolate, thin mint cookies on the outside, and then like a little drizzle of
I'll try
mint.
whatever you
Yeah,
think.
try that.
The Doc Holiday is amazing, which is a huckleberry ice cream dipped in a white chocolate with a honey granola, and there's just like that very slight sprinkle of salt within the granola, so you have that savory again. It's kind of like the chili lime. They have that sweet and that touch of salt in there. You're like, oh man, this is amazing. So I do recommend that. We'll get a handful of them. Let's try some of those out.
I will say, I am a cookies and cream connoisseur.
Okay. Well, yeah,
But
that's
I
our.
will try whatever you get.
By far most popular is the Cookie Monster. We can't ever make enough. We can't ever bring enough. It's always a Cookie Monster.
Let's sell it out.
The thing about our ice cream bars is that it does have a nice rich coating on the outside. It's not this thin little thing. It's going to break apart on you. It's a nice hearty chocolate coating. And it's not, we don't use a milk chocolate. It's a semi-sweet, but it's thick enough. It's very rich. It's really good. So yeah, I will, let's grab a bag and we'll grab some things to try. If you want us to just stare at you while you eat the popsicle, I can eat one with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Which one? Okay, so I know you probably want to try that one there. This is your Doc Holiday. There's your chili lime pineapple mango.
I love it.
Pineapple elderflower. There's your avocado. Strawberry lavender lemon. Very popular also.
Ooh.
This is a coffee and donuts right here.
I saw that too. That looks cool.
Really good. So a coffee almond fudge ice cream dipped in chocolate. Almonds on the outside with a maple drizzle over the top of it. It's really, really good. But yeah, just have your pick.
I just want to take a bite of this one too.
I'm gonna try ice cream one.
Yeah, dude. The avocado lime is great for a lot of people who can't have dairy because it's super creamy like ice cream, but it's sweet like a popsicle should be. It's very avocado. It's nice and tart from all the lime juice right there.
I didn't realize the almond.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
That was just awesome.
Yeah, good.
Where can I find you? I'm like, this is all I'm thinking about is when I'm gonna come get one of these next.
Every festival.
Right.
That's like every festival. Say all the arts festivals.
All the arts
out there.
festivals. We do have the Cookie. The Cookie Monster is at the Paseo,
okay.
Flora Bodega. You don't worry about anything. Don't worry. These can get quite crumbly.
I don't know if I've tried this.
So yeah, and I think we have a strong enough menu that you come to one of our vans or you find us at an event. There's always something that is new, and you're not disappointed, and you're like, oh, that's one thing. People they seem like they have such a hard time deciding, and I have to tell them like, listen, there's no risk involved here. You're gonna have something that you like. So
On your social media, does it show where you're gonna be?
we always our calendar.
Yeah.
We have our calendar on our website, and then usually day of, we need to get better about posting a calendar, like a weekly calendar, say on Monday or something like that, or
Yeah, that'd be good, especially during summer and stuff like that.
Right.
Obviously.
But that's the thing is we do so many private events and corporate events.
Yeah.
That's the majority of what we do during the week, and then the weekends is your farmers market, and we have the Wheeler market. Those are the best places to always catch us on a regular
I'm
basis.
gonna want to try one.
This is like the best day of my life. I like can't even begin to explain it.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Pineapple.
That's the pineapple elderflower. So it's going to be very floral. You're going to taste that right away, the elderflower. But it's such a good combination with the fresh pineapple and the lime juice.
Pineapple. It's one of my favorites.
Isn't that good? Yeah, that one's great. That's another one. that I've made since, I guess the chili, I didn't think about it. Avocado lime also, I've made since day one. And also the recipe has never changed on that one. And it's just so good. And so unassuming. So many people, their heads they think it's there as a novelty or something, but I'm like, it's on there
really
because it's good.
For people. Like, I've had like avocado shakes and things like that.
Mhm.
Ice cream shakes.
Yeah. This is definitely one. Once people discover it, they are believers in it.
It's completely dairy free.
It is.
Yeah.
That's one of our simplest recipes. It is avocado, it is lime juice, and it is our natural cane simple syrup. So that's it. 3 things right there.
And that's like, that kind of goes back to the bartending aspect, right? Because I know that cocktails are supposed to have more than 3 ingredients.
Right, to make it really good. You know,
Yeah.
that's this one's the same way. This one is the same.
I like it. Yeah, it's creamy.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that is another one that
Oh, I like avocado.
we've done before. We'll do like 1 mold's worth just for fun. But yeah, it's a good one. It's so good with the tahini on the outside of that one. Let me go get the strawberry habanero. Try all those other ones there.
Can you get a box?
I'm gonna try this one. I will go to Walmart and go get an ice cooler so I can buy some of these.
Yeah, they could probably find it. Get it from the house. What is on there?
This one has a honey granola on it.
Cereal type one.
Which one is this again?
That's the Doc Holiday
Yeah.
Huckleberry ice cream.
Ooh.
So huckleberry is a little bit like blackberry-esque. So it's something about that, I think, and the white chocolate together are a really, really solid combination. And the nice crunch of the granola is pretty great.
This is genius.
Yeah.
The habanero.
That's the habanero one right there. So we made it last
You
year, and a
sniff
lot of people were like, "Oh, it's not enough spice," and so we've added more spice to it this year. So
This is the hardest one. Like,
yeah,
Did I try this one? Which one is this?
that's the pineapple elderflower. Super light, refreshing, very clean.
that was a little bit like the floral. I don't know if I like that as much. I love pineapple, but it kind of takes away from the sweetness.
Ah.
But I mean, which is probably good, but it's just like, I don't know, probably not for me. But
Sure.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
not
to think.
bad.
It
They're all
tastes like something I've had before, like a candy.
I mean, none of them are bad as far as like.
Sure, everyone's got a preference.
Yeah, just the flavor. That's why I'm always impressed by like the amount, the variety, and like every time, like you said earlier.
Brain freeze, or you got the
I
idea?
think I know what it is.
Oh,
Something about this tastes like a Krabby Patty. Like
A
the-
Krabby. All right,
It's a
you
Krabby
got it.
Patty, dude.
Damn it, you figured it out. That was my
You're like,
secret
this is actually
recipe.
a-
We
Yeah.
melt them down.
This is the habanero.
But before, whenever you used to make that, you wouldn't really get the spice until it hits the back of your throat. But now you actually get some spice while you're chewing it up, maybe. And then you kind of, it's hot, and then you repeat the cycle and cool it down, and it's hot, and you repeat it down. Yeah. So it is, that's a fun one. That's a good
I
one.
like it. I
I
can taste
love
the,
spiciness.
Yeah, like I love habanero. That's one of my favorites.
Habanero is so good. People just associate just heat, but it actually has amazing flavor to
There's
it.
something
Usually
about
I'm not a habanero person.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
It's just right. It's an enjoyable amount of spice to it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I tried the
Thank you. Which
You're
one
welcome.
is this?
This is the strawberry lavender lemon.
Ooh.
So I think it really has just the right amount of lavender to it there. It's not overwhelming. It's, it's not hiding either. So it's really good. That was another one of our most popular. So
It tastes like fresh out of the kitchen.
yeah.
That makes it. It's the herbs in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lavender, strawberry, lemon.
Yeah, strawberry, lavender, lemon. That's
It almost tastes like basil to me. Maybe it's because I've tried so many of them. But
Yeah, it's like.
No, it's definitely we have our dried lavender. We made those today.
I'm getting more of the lavender. I think I'm. This is awesome. Thank you so much, Ben.
You're welcome. I'm happy to have you all here, and glad to see you all seem to be enjoying what you're trying here.
Definitely the strong, like that floral.
Yeah, I know. Which one do you want to finish? I mean,
They're like perfect for, just a refreshing summer.
like chili lime is amazing. We've, pulled those off the stick and, make a margarita straight with those right there. or just to already have a pre-made margarita and just drop it straight in there. And then you can just have a popsicle and your margarita at the same time. So,
I'll be honest. I think one of my favorites was the first one you gave me. That
Really?
one was,
This one?
I think maybe it was like the slight tartness of the Greek yogurt that was just like,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah, that one
But-
really has all those different layers there. And that's what's so interesting about that one.
This one's up there as well.
Yeah, Doc Holliday.
Both of these, honestly, I think just as a first impression, that popsicle with the texture,
Mm-hmm.
just to dip my toe into your product, that was fucking awesome.
All right, awesome.
All of these are amazing. The avocado one crushed it on that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost better than the cocktail.
Another really distinctive one that I didn't bring out was we have a cherry lime coconut.
That was like one of the first ones I saw that.
The cherry lime coconut is really good. We use a sour cherry when we make that one, so it does have a nice tartness. But the coconut is very present, finishes super creamy, and it's dairy free as well, but it still has that creamy aspect that those who can't have it crave the creaminess. So, yeah, let me go grab that while we're talking about it. Cherry lime coconut. Try that one out.
I'm like so stuffed.
We bounce off the walls the rest of that. It's all natural, right? Like no artificial.
No, not at all.
So what's the sugar that you use? Is it syrup?
It's a natural cane simple syrup that we use to sweeten the popsicles. We use, I can show you this. This is it. We make that in house. So this is it. The Zuka,
Yeah, you
all
just use
natural,
that to make the syrup.
and simple syrup. Familiar with using that often as a bartender.
I used to work at Hideaway Pizza
Uh-huh.
in the kitchen making pizzas. That's like the kitchen experience I had. Pizza and some movies. But I don't know. I'm always fascinated by the people that do love it. It's a craft. It's like an art. Artists. So I definitely appreciate the art.
Well, some of that funky stuff that's been hanging on the walls there.
Yeah.
I did artwork for 10 years, and
Yeah, some of that.
yeah, that.
I meant to ask when we first got here.
Yeah, so I did photography and mixed media, and that's I would combine it to mixed media, do these installations, and it was just it was, some of it was dark and funky, and we were about to have my son, and I just chose not to continue to pursue it because I didn't want my son or my kids to miss out on things because I wanted to. And I didn't feel, it's not like it was sad, like, oh man, why'd you give up, something like that. But I still pursued creativity. I still, I was still in film and video production. I wasn't very good at it, but I was always, or photography just by itself. And it was always moving on to something that was creating and making something. And then, I have two brothers. My twin brother is also an artist. I have an oldest brother who's also an artist. They're both up in Denver. And one of my oldest brother's most successful things is an accessible piece of artwork. It's inexpensive. It's $50, $60. It's something people don't have to think too much about, but still have a connection with. And I get to do that with the popsicles.
Yeah.
That's absolutely it. I mean, the popsicle is a very symbolic connection to our childhoods and those types of, simple little memories. You don't have to, I don't have to get in and make too big of a deal of it. I start crying or something like that. But it's, you still get to give that back to adults. I'm not saying they sit back and they go, when I was 8 or something like that, but you still, they get to relive a little bit there, because truly, whenever we go to a business and they're walking out and they're not familiar with us, they've never seen us before, they're blown away. I mean, really, you'd be surprised, like grown people just like, oh, I don't know what to get. Which one do I get? They look so good again. So it's just like being 5 years old again and like being overwhelmed. Like, I know they're so good. And we go to a school and the kids are, guess what? I don't know what to get. And it's like, it's the same thing all over again. So it's really cool to see that across the board.
Lately. It's like, I think as sometimes as artists or, even comedians, it's like whatever you do, I think that we're looking for that genuine moment of awe from the audience.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
absolutely.
You can't fake that, and it's infectious. So it's like you see it, you recognize it, and it does something to you do.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely. What do you think? That was not bad?
I like it. I feel like it took me a couple bites to cleanse my palate.
Yeah.
To like dive into it.
Well, that one's I think a lot different than
It's
the other
light.
ones.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, it does have some flavors that,
Cherry.
like just yesterday, my wife was like, I think you should do something different with the cherry lime coconut. I'm like, I do. I get a mixed reaction from that one. It's not for everybody, but I really like it. That was the last pops. I have a different popsicle every single time. That happened to be the last one that I had a few days ago. And I really like it. Just because it's interesting to me.
See, I actually, coconut is very tricky for me.
Yeah, you bet, for a lot of people. My son doesn't like it at all. I think that's one reason. Like, you gotta take the coconut
I
out.
would eat that, because I like it kind of pina colada type.
Like that, I think that one would be good. Throwing in some rum with that one and make it a cocktail. That one I think would be the cherry lime coconut.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one. I mean, yeah. But yeah, when people do come up to the van and they say, "What's the best? What's your favorite?" I'm like, I make it a joke. I was like, it's such a personal decision and opinion right there. Everyone's flavor is different.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wait on it for a second.
There it is.
Great. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Do a little outro for the video. All right. And,
Sorry, the habanero just caught me. Sorry. All right. Thank you for watching. My name's Ava. This is Ben. Ben, where can we find you?
We got a couple of places around the city. Flora Bodega down in the Paseo Arts District at Northwest 30th and Walker. That has a nice dedicated Wondervan Pops freezer, has about 9 different flavors. Plenty Mercantile on Broadway is a great place to catch some of our pops, as well as all around Scissortail Park. But just keep up with us on our social media pages at Wondervan Pops. You can catch us where we're going to be next. So, or even on our website, wondervanpops.com. So check us out, any of those places.
all right.
Thank you for watching. Okay.
Perfect.